I'm still crying over you calling Tracer Freddie Benson. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my
He was behind the plot.
Okay. Anywho, howdy fuckers, and welcome to tonight's episode of Western Grunge Tapedeck. I'm joined by the lovely Kenny, Miss Broken Siggies, maybe my favorite co-host, but we don't have to tell the others that. And we were really excited to do this episode tonight because we were going to deep dive some Wyatt Flores, and who else to do it with than the Wyatt Flores promo bot herself. So
It's basically just what I'm known for at this point. I mean,
no,
I don't
I'm
think I can escape it.
Yeah, so we wanted to talk about, his projects, maybe what we're looking for from him in the future. But there's been some exciting news circulating on the timeline.
There has.
And I would love to hear it.
Started with an email I received at my AOL.com email. And don't make fun of the AOL, okay? But he sent out a little promo email basically saying it's been 2 years since he's released music, and I may have made a post about that the other day, so I'm like, oh, my bad. And basically, how he's had a lot of change and growth since then, and talking about his new projects, and he said it's going to be a lot like Losing Sleep, but if Losing Sleep had a real budget to work with, which we have Losing Sleep revisited, which is fire, so if it's like that, I'm happy. He says it's filled with hurt, overthinking, hate, and the fears of failure, but he says he's mixing sounds and being more experimental and exponentially better writing, but he said he's gonna use 2000s pop punk and grunge. And that's really, really what got me. And then there was a phone number you can call to hear a snippet of his song Running on E. Fire. I did leave a voicemail.
I need to call that and see what's up because
yes.
Well, you tweeted this earlier, but, well, you didn't say this explicitly, but the All American Rejects are also from Stillwater. And
I did post about it afterwards, though, oh my god. And I was like, me being delusional, convincing myself there's gonna be a collab.
I would shit myself, Kenny. I would literally die, I think, so.
There's no way Tracer's out there bumping his fucking subwoofer right now.
He's just jealous he's not here, so.
He is, so he's gotta, make up for it in some way. It's like men that have lifted trucks.
Truly, compensation, That's funny.
Anywho.
Well, I want to know, because I think when I first started following you on social media, I'm not positive if it was because of Wyatt Flores, or maybe if I saw something and it, showed up on my timeline. I really don't remember, but that is one of the first things that I knew about. That you were very into Wyatt. So I would like to hear, when you first started listening to him and kind of what he means to you and his music. I'm curious to know.
Okay, so basically, I started listening to him in 2023, which is the same time I started listening to Zach Bryan, which is when I was away at college in Southern Kentucky. So, I was feeling all the things, and I was like, I was feeling very reconnected to my roots, and I always knew that, deep down in my heart, country music's just my roots. I mean, I'm born and raised in Nashville. How can you ignore it? But I had kind of distanced myself from it because of what country music had become in the mainstream and what I thought it was, because I was unaware of all the subgenres and all that good stuff. And then I heard Wyatt Flores. And I heard Please Don't Go. I think that was a lot of people's, first recollections of him. But this was before any of his albums were released or anything, no EPs, whatever. And I was like, oh, this is really good. Do I like country music? And I had also just gotten broken up with and cheated on at the time, so I was like, oh. I made a post, and I remember this vividly on my TikTok, that was like, when the breakup's so bad, you start listening to country music. You know what? It never went. After that, I was just like, okay, well, actually, I really like it. So I started to love Wyatt Flores. Going into 2024, I had dropped out of college, so I was just doing a ton of concert hopping. I did Hangout Fest and saw like Zach Bryan and Lana Del Rey, yada yada. I saw Nikki Lane, I saw Caitlin Butts, Chris Stapleton. So I was just pretty much going to concerts every week because I had nothing else to do. My friends were going to parties in different states, and I was like, I'll just go to concerts. And then I finally got tickets to Wyatt Flores when he was in town. And I got tickets to a show at the Ryman. And this would have been when I was first discovered on Twitter by like the alt country scene, because I was posting a lot about it, and I had went to Grimey's to see him do an acoustic set, and Josh Kretschmer was there signing books because it was when Red Dirt Unplugged was coming out. So I had talked to both of them, and he had asked me at this signing when I first met Wyatt, what song do you want me to play? And this started the entire bit from the start. I, of course, said Falling Sideways. He said, well, we can't play that one yet. Like, we don't know how, I'm sorry. So I was like, okay, Stillwater's, like, just play Stillwater. I'm fine with either of those. My Nana comes up next. He asks her what song she wants to hear. She says Falling Sideways as well. I'm like, oh, I have really programmed my family. Anyways, we go to the show. We're front dead center, like front row dead center at the Ryman. Fucking crazy. Like, oh my god. Lance Rourke opens.
Wow.
With the Great Divide as well.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Charles Wesley Godwin comes on stage. And
At the alignment of it all. That's
the jealous kind with Wyatt Flores.
I would have died.
And here's me, like, newbie in the country music scene. I'm like, what am I witnessing?
Yeah. History made.
Mike McClure winks at my Nana. She's never let me forget that one. But after that concert, I was just posting so much on social media, and I was like, you know, I was on Lana Del Rey stan Twitter still, so I was like, you know what? Let me meander my way in to country music Twitter. I think Trevor was the first person who found me.
Funny.
I'm almost certain he was the first person that found me. And I had just started posting about Wyatt Flores and became the Wyatt Flores promo bot that everyone came to know and love, especially after I saw him at the Basement back in February of last year. And he had that bottle of Tito's, and he was like, does anybody want this? Whipped it out the back of his truck. I said,
me, bitch.
I did drink it. What's a girl gonna do? We were balling on a budget. Like, I drink the Tito's, okay? But after that, I was just like, okay, well, it's my prime mission in life to harass him with Falling Sideways. So I've been harassing him with Falling Sideways since December 2024, which would have been 2 months after Welcome to the Plains came out. And I have that clip when I told him that I had streamed the album like 500 times already.
I love that. That is one of my favorite things.
And then the incessant, like, trolling that I experienced from Wyatt Flores and team.
No, I truly do love it. It's funny because I have a similar experience because I, of course, heard Please Don't Go First. And then I remember it was, I believe, the very end, towards the end, at least, of 2023 when Live Lessons came out.
Yes.
And I was very much at a time in my life where I was still in law school and I very much regret going. I very much regret those decisions. And I was kind of at a crossroads of like, well, I fucked up. Like, I don't really know what I want to do. I'm feeling a little like aimless, directionless. You know, I don't really know what the future is going to hold for me. And I listened to that and, it was pretty wild how much I related to Life Lessons. And I remember everyone gave me so much shit because I put... Life Lessons was actually my top album of 2023.
Love that!
People gave me shit because they were like, it's an EP, and I'm like, look, I really, like, you don't understand how much this touches my soul, so,
it's
like...
an album to me.
Yeah, I'm like, just let me have this. And so I Wyatt Flores, funny enough, was my top artist of 2024. And I think I saw him like, I don't even know, 5 or 6 times that year.
he,
But it was
he was
still
he
like,
was my top artist too.
well, and it's funny because I don't listen, like, I go through phases with artists, and I haven't listened to him as much lately. So it's kind of funny when I think back and I'm like, damn, I was really listening to him nonstop. But
When I'm going through some shit, oh my god.
yeah.
The first thing I'm queuing up is fucking. Ooh, it would probably be after Welcome to the Plains came out. Habits, which was the interpolation of losing sleep.
Mhm.
The I picked up your habits. Oh my god. I was done for. I was done for. And then we all remember the falling sideways incident of early 2024.
Yes.
That one should not be discussed. I had a manic episode on the timeline.
Hey, that's okay. It truly happens to the best of us.
But honestly, it's just a piece of the lore now. It's like you have to know the full falling sideways lore.
Oh, that's funny. Well, and I also thought it was funny, Kenny, because I have never, you probably have, I haven't. But yesterday I listened to Life Lessons, Half Life, and Welcome to the Plains, like all back to back to back, like preparing
Same.
for this. And it was crazy to me the, well, the nostalgia that I felt listening to
Right.
Life Lessons and Half Life, even though, like, really it hasn't been that long. Well, I
It
mean, like,
has.
it has, and like I feel like I've lived a lifetime since then, and I'm in a
Yeah.
very different place than I was when I first listened to that, and how I related to it, and then the progression through Welcome to the Plains, and like even just like musically and sonically, I was like, this is really impressive, like
Oh
more
yeah.
impressive than I ever remembered it being.
He's
So,
totally found his voice with Welcome to the Plains. Like, is what I thought completely. And even seeing him perform and late 2024 to seeing him perform at the Wormy Dog in 2025, holy shit.
mhm.
Holy shit. A huge difference. He's gained confidence 100%. And it's awesome to see, especially when you've been, like, so invested in an artist for such a long time. Oh my god, I totally forgot to say. When I was at Hangout Fest in early 2024, Zach Bryan was playing main stage. So I'm at main stage. I've been camping there all day because back in my youth, I was a concert camper. I say as if it wasn't 2 years ago, but I can't do that anymore. And I saw his set from across the way because he was at the stage next to main stage. So I was watching his set while waiting for Zach to come on, and I was like, I should have fucking gone to his set. Ended up getting a set list from Zach, so like
Mhm.
makes up for it. But I do regret not going to that set.
Yeah, I remember seeing him at the Bell Theater in Pine.
Yeah.
Well, it's like tiny, 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 and really, I'm pretty
He played the
sure
bell.
he did play the bell. And I'm not, I don't know this for a fact, but I assume that he probably booked this show prior to his kind of blow up, because by the time he played it, he was like, I don't want to say too big for the bell because I love that venue, but
Yeah.
like he was probably too big for the bell, you
Well,
know?
that happens with Laurel Cove all the time. They book these artists, and then like the Crickers.
Hmm.
They booked the Crickers, and then they blew up right before Laurel Cove.
Yeah.
And that was a great fucking set.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
Red
Wyatt,
Clay Strays, I mean, they do it constantly. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, well, Wyatt played Laurel Cove that year
Like, I
too.
fucking
Yeah, it was insane. But seeing him even, later that year, because when I saw him at the Bell it was like February, and then I saw him again like I think November was the last time in that year. It was pretty astounding, his like stage presence and
yeah.
how they're comfortable. And he did take some kind of like hiatus
Uh-huh.
around that time too, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
That would have been when he took a break from music due to mental health. And that was one of the first things that I saw from him that really got me invested in him because, as somebody that does struggle with mental health issues for my entire life, basically, it was cool to see somebody that I admired being brave enough to, get on there and say, like, hey, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people just want to, especially on social media, pretend like their life is fucking excellent. So that's kind of what I was like, okay, I really fucking respect.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And, I think it's even one thing for someone like me who feels pressure to act like all is well, and you want to portray a certain life. But for someone like him or any artist where they have thousands and thousands and millions now with him, people looking up to him and
Right.
having these expectations, it's like that's really, really admirable and not something I think a lot of people are big enough to do. So
And that's why I really liked when he released Oh Susanna, because that was basically talking about that whole experience of having all these people look up to you, and it's like, I'm fucking drowning, like, I can't save you, I can't be who you want me to be. And I was like, damn, like, that's a great fucking response. Like, you want to save all these people and just be the hero, but at the end of the day, it's a fucking human being.
yeah.
So, people lose sight of that when it's like, because it doesn't feel, honestly, you feel a disconnection with, like, celebrities, I guess, unless you get to kind of know them. And it's weird at this point because I've talked to so many of these different guys so many times, and it's like, I started to lose the kind of, like, disconnect that I had when I first started listening to a lot of these people, like Lance Rourke. I've talked to Lance and Hannah so much now that I'm like, I remember looking up at you from a stage at the Ryman. And now it's like, oh my god, these are real people, like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. It is really wild. And Wyatt, it's it's so funny because I looked into this because I don't know, I'm just this person, but I definitely feel a kindred spirit being a Cancer, and he's a Cancer as well. And so,
You know who else is a Cancer?
who?
Sweet Baby Tracer.
Yeah, checks.
You know what? I know exactly. Damn, that makes so much sense.
Doesn't it
No
make
fucking
literally-
water signs?
That's what I thought too. Whenever I found that out, I was like, "This makes so much sense." And whenever he
Emotional
played at the
bastards.
Bell- when he played at the Bell, I think it was right before his hiatus, and he talked about that. And I think there was something like with his grandma going on too, and he was like up there crying, and I was like, I really relate so much. Like I feel this. to my core.
I've seen him cry at 3 shows that I've been to, so I respect that. Listen,
I do too.
I'm a crier. And,
too.
everybody wants to hold their shit together and act like I'm not. It's like the same thing when I was playing softball. They're like, act like you've done it before when you hit a home run. No, motherfucker, I'm gonna throw my bat into the fucking ground and celebrate. It's like, yes, he headlined the fucking Ryman 2 nights. Let the man fucking cry.
Yeah.
I would cry.
No,
Like,
same.
oh my god, I would cry over littler shit. Like, bitch, I cried at the fucking Mercury, or not the Mercury, at the fucking Vanguard when we had Eli open for Ricky Chilton.
I would have too.
Like, I was so proud.
That's funny.
Like, I'm a crier, and I fucking respect it. I respect it.
Me too. Yeah, when I found that out about Wyatt, I was like, well, that checks, everything checks, it makes sense. And that's why I looked into it, because I was like, there's gotta be a water
I
source.
would love to read his astrology chart. And that's just, listen, that's just the astrology nerd in me because, bitch, I know how to read the angles and transits and all that stuff.
Love.
I got way too into that during COVID. And, oh my god, it's so interesting, though, because I read Lana Del Rey's, and she has a lot in common with me, and the fact that we're both Scorpio risings.
That's funny.
And I was like, yes.
Love. Well, if you want to, Kenny, I thought maybe like if we wanted to do album by album, not each song, but like our standout songs.
I don't know, because I could go song by song.
Well, frankly I could not. So you're welcome to do whatever you want. But if you want to start with life lessons.
Can I honorable mention?
Yes, you can.
Real quick, because I'd be remiss if I didn't. I want to mention the Hudson Sessions.
Okay.
Because I know it's not an album, EP, whatever. But the Hudson Sessions, we had Please Don't Go from the Hudson Sessions. And one of my favorites, Dead Man's Road. So
Hmm.
both of those are excellent songs that came before we got the release of Life Lessons. We also had Burning Bridges, another fave. Ain't Proud and Traveling Kid and all them fun songs. So, but we'll hop into Life Lessons.
Okay. All right. I want to talk about Wildcat first. And I know I know you're a Wildcat truther, and I'm also a Wildcat truther. So I love a fun song. I think it definitely I think there is a duality to Wyatt Flores where he
The
can
duality
be
of man.
truly where he can be like really vulnerable and emotional, but I love when an artist who does put that on the forefront of their work releases a song like this where like you're just meant to have a good fucking time listening to it.
I mean,
So,
that's his wily forehead coming out. And honestly, it's similar to what Sturgill Simpson's done. Like, his last album's fucking depressing as shit.
yeah.
And then we have Mutiny After Midnight, and I'm like, oh, I want to fucking, like, damn. I love that, too. I do love when we can switch it up and have some fun. And Wildcat's a fun song. I like, the way he starts, like, the way he intros it now at his concerts. He'll be like, yeah, I wrote this really sad song. It's probably my saddest song. And then you hear, when the night the crowds will light. And you're like, oh. Everybody whips out the phone thinking it's gonna be like, please don't go. No, bitch.
Funny. That's funny. Do you know if this song is true? Like, did he actually play football
Yes,
inside that?
yes. He was the mascot.
That
Yes.
is so funny. I didn't. I've always wondered that, but I've never looked
So
into it.
he talked about that at Wormy Dog. How he was the mascot.
Funny.
He
That
said
also makes sense.
he couldn't play for shit, but he was a mascot.
Love.
That makes me giggle. I love it. And it's just a great song, but I want to go back a little bit on this
Okay.
album to Orange Bottles.
That's probably my favorite Wyatt Flores song, actually.
It it is very high up there on my list. And I think the first time it really connected with me was when I was probably at one of the worst points in my life, and I'd heard it, like, it just came on autoplay, and I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
like, shit, okay, yeah, I understand this. It's just like going through the fucking motions. I get it.
Yeah.
That one fucking knife to the chest every time
Yeah.
I hear it.
No, I completely agree. I think something that Wyatt, I think, talks about in this song, but in a few other songs too, is kind of this grappling with who you want to be and who others expect you to be and trying to reconcile that. And that's something that, like I mentioned with my my regrets and my career choices, I deal with that every single day. And so, yeah, Orange Bottles definitely resonates with me for the same reasons.
Yeah, a lot of the what am I chasing? Who have I become? That was, I mean, so applicable to me even now, because it's like I did the thing I was scared to do and wanted to do, and I dropped out and I chased my dreams with no plan, and now it's like I would have those moments of like reflection, especially if I have like a real wild night drinking and getting home after the concert and partying, and you're like, who the fuck am I? Like,
Yeah.
when did this happen? And it's just, it's so relatable, because it's like, I'm still at the point in my life where I'm like, I'm finally sort of figuring out who I want to be, but it's like, who am I becoming? Like, what exactly am I chasing after? What is the end goal? But that
Yeah.
song just,
Yeah, it
it
touches my
hurts
little
my
soul.
indecisive soul.
I agree. I agree. Do you have any other on that album you want to talk about
God,
before?
I could literally talk about all of them.
Well, let's talk about.
I'll be quick.
No, you're fine. Well, you go for it. Whatever you want.
Let me rapid fire. Life lessons. I know that you probably really, I mean, from what we've been talking about, I feel like this song was pretty applicable to
Yeah.
you, because all that money on with
God damn, literally.
me too, and I only went to college for a year. They fucking scam. I tell you what, college scams, because I had $30,000 in scholarship, bitch. 30 on the ACT, 4.3 GPA, multiple clubs, 3 varsity sports. And I still owe $10,000 to them motherfuckers.
Yeah, it is truly a fucking
And
racket.
you know what? I could have used that shit on fucking concert tickets. So,
Literally.
yeah, I do regret that. But that song's just fun, and I love the line, fuck around and fall in love.
Yeah. Yep. And I will say with this song too, I vividly remember having this thought because whenever I first listened to Life Lessons, Wyatt was, I mean, not even like a quarter as big as he is now.
Yeah, no.
And I remember listening to this and I was like, this song, if all modern pop country sounded like this, I would be happy. I would take absolutely
Yes.
zero issues with it. And my other thought was this song is probably the most like commercially viable, I would say, off of this album. And when I first listened to it, I was like, I hope he does not get fucking racketeered into the Nashville country of it all.
Thank Christ. Thank God.
Yeah.
He was living in Nashville for a minute.
Yes, I heard this.
From there, I won't be shady to Nashville because, Nashville's cool sometimes. East Nashville, hey. Maggie Antone lives there, so, shout out East Nashville and Skinny Dennis. Shout out Skinny Dennis. But some of the worst men you'll ever meet live in East Nashville. So I'm like,
I don't doubt that at all.
the women, I'm like, yeah, you can be from Nashville, but whenever a man's from Nashville, I'm like, ooh. Because fuck it. Megan Maroney, yup. I'll listen to that shit all day. But I'm so glad he's stuck true to his roots because a lot of other people can't say the same.
That's very true. Yeah, not everyone can.
It's
And
admirable.
people like clock it too. Like it's very obvious when that happens. So it's like, I agree. But yeah, I heard that and I was like, okay, this is spectacular, but this could go either way. It was kind of my thought.
And a lot of the new cats on TikTok who blow up real quick do end up falling down that pipeline. And I'll keep my mouth zipped, but I have some thoughts.
I also have some thoughts, so maybe we can kiki about that after we turn this off.
Listen, I try not to be shady. Call me Wendy Williams, because I'm ready. I want to talk about 313, because I would be remiss if I looked over that, especially when 313 is coming up. What a song. Fucking song.
Yeah.
Co-written by Isaac Gibson.
Really? I did not know that.
I didn't know that you didn't know that. That's fun.
That is
I watched them play it together at the Grand Ole Opry.
that is so sick. That is so sick.
One of the coolest things that's happened to me, another fun fact about that show, I posted on Twitter when I got to my seat. And I said, no one here knows I'm broken Siggy's on Twitter. And
My
49
favorite.
Winchester quote tweeted it and said, we know.
Love.
I was like, oh.
It's like I'm scared.
I
Actually,
was in the front row with a foot-long hot dog and a pizza. I'm like, I gotta hide some of this shit. They're gonna fucking make fun of me.
that is so funny.
But it was a great performance. I love the song. One of my favorite written songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pictures on the dashboard are the only thing I saw. Anyways, I'll
I
move
think
on
that
to...
song is really, in my opinion, I like that song live more than I do.
Oh, yes. 110%. I was literally thinking about that when I saw him at the basement at his free pop-up show. Actually, this is a fun story. This guy I went to high school with was there. Did not recognize me. Because it was the high school I went to my freshman year, when he was, like, a senior. But I knew him, because he got on my nerves. And he was fucking yelling the whole show, 313! 13! You can literally see Wyatt getting irritated. He's just like fuck it, I'm gonna play it. Just shut the fuck up. So he plays 313, and that was probably my favorite performance of it, damn it. It was a great
Funny.
performance of it.
Yeah. It is a good one. Very, very good. All right. Is there any more you want to touch on life lessons?
Yes.
All right. Nope. Let's hear it. I'm here for it.
West of Tulsa. We cannot skip over West of Tulsa.
I also love that song, and I think that that was the song where, I heard Life Lessons, and I talked about like the commercial aspect of it, and I heard West of Tulsa, and I was like, no, I was like, I think we're okay here. Like, I think he's probably not gonna, he's gonna stay true to who he
I
is.
think West of Tulsa kind of helped push him further into the scene, especially in Red Dirt.
Yeah, yeah.
That music video, Eli's in it.
Really?
Yeah, you can see him headbanging.
That is crazy. I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I did not know that.
I love that song. It's classic.
It is classic.
So I'll move on. Holes, sad as fuck, makes me cry. Astronaut, don't play that shit near me. Baby, if I've had a glass of wine and that comes on, it's raps.
Well, I was also gonna say, sad as fuck, don't play that near me. I agree.
Literally.
I agree completely.
When I was doing the re-listening, I'm at work. Nobody else is in the office, so I'm like singing my heart out. Astronaut comes on and I'm like, I remember the time. Oh god, this is bad too. I had gone to see him in concert in Memphis at Graceland, and this would have been right after the falling sideways incident.
Okay.
So I go to see him in concert, and he finishes it with Astronaut, and I'm crying so fucking hard. And next to me is this little boy that I had let come up to the front with me. Like this, I don't know, he's maybe 10. He looks at me and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I'm like, I felt so bad. I gave him a signed poster by Wyatt and everything because I felt so fucking bad. I was like, there's no way I'm crying this fucking hard in front of this child. He's so scarred.
That's funny. Well, that reminds me. Whenever I noticed this at the Bell, especially, I think because it's a smaller venue and you're like more aware of the crowd, especially when it's basically all standing like that. But the crowd was really young. You see, like you mentioned some like TikTok artists and some people where it's like it's a very young crowd, and sometimes that can be a little bit scary. But I've seen Wyatt like I said, probably 5 or 6 times, I think 6. And the crowd, despite being people our age or younger, I have always been so impressed. Like I've never had a bad experience in a Wyatt Flores crowd. So bless you.
I will say, I love Wyatt down. I've had 2 experiences that weren't so savory.
Okay.
One was, well, this one it didn't bother me. I thought it was funny. But this guy got in a fight. Mind you, Tuesday night. This guy got in a drunk fight with another dude, and while he's trying to play fucking Habits,
Wow.
I said, the song. Not the song.
No.
I'm hearing Wildcat or something. Why it's like, he comes on stage and he goes, "It's a fucking Tuesday." I'm like, yeah, it is a fucking Tuesday. So that one was just kind of funny. But then the second time was at Hangover Ball.
Mm.
And the issue was that Wyatt was on at the same time as Cody Canada.
Mm.
And these youngins don't know who Cody Canada is.
Yep.
God bless them. They handled it perfectly. But I was ready to...
Yeah, no, I would be
This
too.
drunk lady next to me kept yelling at Cody and being like, "Play Alabama!" I'm like, shut up, bitch! He's playing like a bunch of Todd Snyder covers. Because it was right when, like, near when Todd Snyder had passed. And I'm like, you ungrateful fuck.
Yeah, read the room, please.
Fucking worse than young kids being crazy, because I get it, you're young. Middle-aged fucking individuals when they're so fucking wasted.
I completely agree. Yeah.
You don't have an excuse. You're grown, you pay taxes. You probably got a mortgage payment due on the 5th.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I've never had a bad experience, but also I feel like Wyatt Flores, like, his shows and his music are not conducive to someone fighting, especially on a Tuesday night. So, it's like, if you're at like a Wetzel concert, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. You would come to expect certain things,
Like, baby, can we keep this at the Bailey Zimmerman shows?
but not the Bailey Zimmerman.
I saw this TikTok. of this woman and this guy making out at a Bailey Zimmerman concert. And this lady fully has a wedding ring on, by the way. Not her husband. Young dude.
Naturally.
Young dude. And he slapped her in the face, and then she slaps him back in the face, and then they start making out, and she grabs his fucking...
Kenny, I saw that. I did not know that was a Bailey Zimmerman concert. That is fucking hysterical.
And mind you, I saw this at 7:30 a.m.
Mind you, I just opened this app, actually, so...
I was on the way to get my breakfast corn dog.
That's funny. I did not know. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I saw that, and I was like, wow, this is something, but I did not even... I must not have paid much attention, because I did not realize it was a Bailey.
I literally had to show Tracer when I saw that, and I was like, this is low-key you in a different life. Like, if your life would have gotten one step wrong...
Oh, that's funny. So funny.
We do make those jokes a lot, me and Em. We're like, damn, if our lives would have just gone one step differently, we really would have been different fucking people. I would have been full, scene kid.
Love.
And, you know, his ass would have been questionable.
I'm imagining Tracer in, like, those, like, Amity Affliction, like, the Affliction shirts, and, like, you know what I'm talking about.
No! No, oh my god. I should make him emo.
Please. FaceTime me immediately.
Oh my god. Moving on to Half-Life.
Okay, I think this album, this is where I think we start to see, like I said, to me, there is such a distinct progression between Lessons, Half-Life, Welcome to the Plains. And Half-Life, to me, is where I feel like we start to see Wyatt becoming comfortable and, like, more confident in who he is as an artist.
Half-Life is fucking sad.
Oh my god, it's so sad.
Half-Life is so fucking sad. I mean, every single song on here is sad.
Very much so.
God, you couldn't give us a fucking break?
Yeah.
No, this album, genuinely, don't listen to this if you're in a vulnerable state.
Well, running out of time, you know, we'll start off with that one. Again, it's like, it hits me, it cuts so deep because, again, you know, I'm gonna be 27 this year, and, you know, I have no prospects. I kind of know what I'm doing now, I guess, but, like, not really, you know? So I hear this, and this is, like, an intrusive thought that I have to, like, block out a lot of times and, like, tell myself, you know, you're still young, you don't have to have everything figured out. But running out of time, I very, very much relate to.
I like the whole do what makes you feel alive.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my Nana's favorite song, actually. I will mention her again.
Love.
We both really love this song because the whole do what makes you feel alive, that's kind of our life mottos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's a hippie. She raised me as my grandmother to be a hippie.
I love that.
To my mother's chagrin. But it's so funny because my mom is the opposite of a hippie. She's like very sweet and respectful and proper and put together, and then me and my Nana are both hippies.
Love.
But we love this song because the whole, like, do what makes you feel alive is kind of how I live my life. I never have a plan. I mean, I moved to Kansas on a whim.
Mm-hmm.
I quit my job and left everyone that I know behind.
Yeah.
To chase something that I thought was bigger than myself. And, you know, it's working out, but I constantly am doing what makes me feel alive just because I've always had the thought since, you know, I've had friends pass away and stuff, and it's the whole thought that, like, we genuinely only live once, so I want to do everything I possibly can to have the best, most fun, exciting life possible. Because otherwise I'm wasting my fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck am I working a 9 to 5? Why the fuck am I going into the office with a fucking suit?
Yeah.
Like, no, bitch, I'm wearing a pair of bell bottoms, some fuck-ass cowboy boots I found on the side of the road, and a fucking cropped pearl snap. Like, sorry, but I will do what makes me feel alive. I love that song. It's just, it hits me right in the soul. Because
Yeah.
every time it's just like, yes, we should do what makes us feel alive. And we talked about that on Twitter with the Sturgill Simpson album.
Yup. A hedonism deficit. Yup.
And that's what I'm telling you. I literally posted on Instagram on my story. I'm like, your life does not have to suck, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of you are making it suck.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. That's honestly, as I've came into adulthood, that's something that I've really had to, I don't know, figure out for myself because I did think that I had to like fit into a box and I had to
Right.
do certain things. And, the older I've gotten, I would say I'm definitely still not the most free-spirited person there ever was. I genuinely wish I was more so like
It's so
that.
fun. Well, you are during Laurel Cove.
Very true. Very true. But I feel like, yeah, I definitely feel like I've embraced that aspect more the older I've gotten. And you're exactly right. We're only here for a finite amount of time. And then, I mean, not that I know this for a fact, but it's like, hey, after that, that's all we've got. So, like, you're right. We should do what makes us feel alive and nothing less. So,
That's why I'm like, I'm not wasting my fucking time. That's how I am now. And that's how I've been. I guess I realized this after high school. Because when you're in fucking high school and middle school and people are mean to you for being weird, it hurts a young girl's heart. And then you go out of high school and you experience your real life, and you're like, oh my god, like, I can't be weird. What? People like when I'm weird. And that's, that now I fully embrace it. Yes, I am weird. I'm proud.
no, I love it. When I first met you, which obviously I knew I was gonna like you beforehand, but when I first like met you and got to experience you, I was like, oh man, I was like, I need to take a page out of her book because she's truly having the best time, and I love it so bad.
I'm so, like, unashamed of everything.
No, I love it, and you should exactly how you should be, truly.
We should all dance in the rain a little bit.
Yes, we should. We should.
Moving
And
on,
yeah, moving.
fucking Milwaukee.
Mm, yeah, what are your thoughts?
A classic, a cult classic. I mean, it also really excelled him into where he is now. Saw him play this in the back of his truck
Yes, that's exactly what it comes to mind when I hear this song.
outside of the basement the night I got that bottle of Tito's. It was fucking negative degrees. And he stayed so long to talk to all the fans and play that. It was emotional. It was very emotional.
And that's also very, very on brand for Wyatt Flores to do something like that.
Did you see the text we just got?
Well,
I'm not really sure what it is.
me either. I've been glancing down and I'm like, hey, I don't actually know what this is. I'm a little scared.
Interruption. Gage has to text me while I'm trying to fucking cry.
That's funny. Yeah, I'll watch that after because I have no idea.
Tracer just told me to check the chat. They said to play it on the episode.
Play it on the episode, okay?
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do it. Make sure my shit's turned up. Okay, everyone. Well, maybe you should, because I have the fucking quality of a Nokia 2007 phone, so.
Okay. What? Oh, it's not even a fucking video. He meant to. It has no sound. It's just a screen recording. We hit 100 subscribers. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're dumb as fuck.
When Gage goes to edit this, he's gonna be like, what the fuck? That's okay. 100 subscribers, hell yeah. Big
Anyways,
YouTubers. Where's our
back to Milwaukee.
yeah, yeah, Milwaukee.
Love you guys.
No, that's funny. Yeah, no, that is a good one. And I also feel like, and maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like before Half-Life came out, Milwaukee was the song that he was teasing a lot. And
I feel
so,
like you might be correct.
And I don't know that for a fact, but I feel like it was like, or maybe I just saw it on TikTok because it was blowing up, but I think you're exactly right. I think this one was definitely like
Oh yeah.
a big attention getter for
When
him.
I think about the songs that really pushed him into the mainstream, I'm thinking Please Don't Go, How to Save a Life cover, Milwaukee, Losing Sleep, and West of Tulsa.
Hmm.
So, and that's not even my favorite song off this album because I really love I Believe in God.
Oh man. When I was re-listening to these, I heard it again and I was like, I don't feel like I appreciated this
Enough.
enough. Exactly.
Yeah.
The first time I listened to it. So yeah, I completely agree. I love that song.
It's one of those songs that every time I listen to it, I remember how much I fucking love it, and I'll kind of forget about it and then just be like, oh.
Hmm.
The whole concept of I believe in God, but he don't believe in me. Fuck.
Yeah, that's some pretty profound shit.
And bitch, I'm, you know, raised very religious, us deep south girlies.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
everywhere, so it's the whole aspect of like not feeling like you're good enough, feeling like the world's pretty much against you no matter what you
And
do.
shame for certain things about yourself that you can't change, you
Being
know?
told, like just pray the depression away.
Hmm. Yeah.
Getting told that like, I have OCDs, like being told my tics are like satanic, stuff like that. It's like
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely relate to this song for the same exact reasons.
it's
Absolutely.
good. It's real good. It makes me cry too. And How to Save a Life cover, the only thing I really want to say about it is don't play that shit around me. Don't play that shit around me.
You know, I
Somebody oof.
I loved the fray growing up. I don't know. This is this is super niche, and I don't know if I've ever met anyone who played this game, but there was a game called Sing Star on the PlayStation 2, and this song was How to Save a Life was on there, and it was like a karaoke game sort of thing. And How to Save a Life was my favorite song to
You're singing
sing
the
on
fuck out
there.
of it.
Yes. And I love the fray and I didn't expect to have a cover of this song that I liked more than the original, but I do, if I'm being so
Uh,
honest. So,
uh, fuck, it's good.
it,
Oh,
it is.
this one, I mean, and it's so like I don't know what the word. It resonates with so many people, even like in the mainstream. So it's like, of course, it's fucking good.
Yes. And I think it's interesting, Kenny, and I'm just now like putting two and two together with this thought, but a good cover, i.e. Evan Honer and Jersey Giant, a good cover can like do wonders for your career.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think, and I don't think
wagon wheel.
trigger.
Let me not talk about wagon wheel anymore.
Yes, but yes. So
Oh, a
yeah,
good cover totally can. Um, fuck, that Evan Honer cover really is fucking good. And I think about the time when he met Tyler Childers. I'm salty about this still because
oh,
I
the
got
pop-up show in
I
Nashville.
got invited to fucking go, and I was at goddamn work.
That's funny.
I had a bitch came into the fucking coffee shop that I worked at and was like, "Are you going to the Tyler Childers pop up?" Because like obviously I was on aux all day every day playing my shit. They knew what I liked, and I said that like gif of Speed where he's like,
Yeah.
that's how I felt. I was like, oh my god, I want to start hitting bitches. So I'm still a little salty about that. But Tyler Childers being like, talking to him about his cover is so funny to me.
Hmm.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, being at Cove last year when he did the cover,
Hmm.
that fucking
Spiritual
storm
experience.
shelter was rocking.
Yeah.
Hear that motherfucker bumping.
Yes. Yep.
But a good cover, shit, a good cover will do a lot for you.
Hmm. It certainly will.
I mean, and then I think Lana Del Rey, Black Beauty.
Hmm. Who
I think it's Jeff Buckley.
is it? Jeff Buckley? That would make sense.
Tracer didn't know who Jeff Buckley was.
And that's funny. I feel like a lot of artists that I've talked to on here, Van Plating comes to mind. A lot of people, and it's like people I wouldn't expect either, but Jeff Buckley is like frequently cited as an inspiration for a
He's a
lot of.
great lyricist.
Yes, yes, very
Yes.
much so. So yes,
Jeff
Razor.
Buckley makes me fucking cry. Talking about the it's never over.
Yup.
Like, don't play that song around me either. Don't fucking play that song. Half-Life as an album, sad as fuck. Feel like that's also kind of, when it was released was kind of also when Wyatt was, in that sort of down period.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense. I do really like that his music honestly kind of feels like you are a part of his journey through life. With life lessons, it's like, the whole like starting out, following my dreams, that sort of shit, into like how depressing Half-Life is. And then we get Welcome to the Plains, which is like a good mix of both, but also relating to your roots and talking about what you want to do and all this.
Yup.
He's a genius.
I want to know what you think about this because this is also just like things coming up in my brain as I'm thinking. To me, like you said, life lessons I think is very much a like chasing your dreams sort of vibe. Do you think, and I feel like this might be reflected in Half-Life, do you think that Wyatt, purely speculation for all those listening, unless he spoke on this and I don't know, do you think he had a hard time accepting and dealing with fame?
Yeah, no, I think he has talked about this. Just the aspect of, yeah, he has. Specifically, when Please Don't Go went viral, there was a lot of talk around this song because I don't know if you ever saw this on TikTok, but there was a girl who had posted like a video on TikTok to Please Don't Go, and then she had committed soon after. And
wow.
so that song kind of became in relation to that. And he started blowing up off that because people were hearing the song. And I know how rough that must be.
Yeah.
To have your song be something like that when you're like, fuck. And then it's the whole aspect of you're not able to save these people, and seeing all these people be so fucking depressed and just so down in that period of their life, and not being able to save them, even though it feels like you have to, because it's like, oh, they're relating to what I'm putting out, like I feel this need to like save everybody. And you can see that a lot in his release of Oh Susanna, and I think he's talked about this in Red Dirt Unplugged. But yeah, I can't even fucking imagine.
No.
I am not mentally strong enough, and knowing that he's in his early 20s.
I think he's younger than I am.
He is. He's 23.
Wow. Yeah.
But he's young, and having all that put on you so quickly too, at such a young age. I can't even fathom that.
No. Me either. Me.
And that's why I always, I deal with all the shit. And, Wyatt Flores has got me through a fuck ton with my issues. But I do try to keep things very lighthearted because just when I think about it from my perspective, I'm like, oh my god, I can't even imagine. Like, I think about, like, Lana Del Rey and how many people have, like, their music's gotten me through so fucking much. I can't imagine having that much pressure on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Especially
feeling like
people,
one mistake. Oh.
and especially people like, and I think, maybe I'm being parasocial, but I think Wyatt and Lana would both fit into the category of people who feel intensely and deeply and things like that are, that's going to affect anyone, but I think people especially like that who are particularly vulnerable with their art, I think that it's going to impact them tenfold.
Yeah, 100%. And I can tell you right now, that's why I have such a draw towards both of them, is because of the way they express their emotions and the way I can relate to it. Be like, oh my god, like, this is very similar to what I feel in my life. but I just can't imagine the pressure. And
No.
I think this album, and some of the songs off Welcome to the Plains reflect like that feeling of pressure, and like and that must be fucking nuts. One day you go from playing the bar scene in Stillwater, hanging out with friends, whatever, and the next day you're fucking blowing up on TikTok, playing all the bars that are popping in fucking Tulsa, you know, playing
The Ryman and the Opry.
yeah,
Crazy.
and you're like, that like has to be such a fucking shock for your life to change that much so quickly.
Yeah, it happened, and exactly, it happened very, very, very fast for
You
him.
didn't have the slow progression
No.
from like, okay, like I'm slowly building over time, like kind of how the old guys did. And that's because of social media, getting that engagement and that boost, like, fuck. I've seen so many artists blow up before they've even released a fucking song. That didn't happen back in the day. You had to make 30 mixtapes and send them out to like 10 local radio stations.
Yeah. Yeah. Josh, do you ever listen to Joshua Sloan? Did you listen to his album?
I think I did.
He's one like that where I thought it was crazy. He's from Kentucky, and so like
Before he even released, right?
yes, and he was definitely a big TikTok artist, did a lot of lives, things like that. And then in Kentucky, him being from Eastern Kentucky,
And the scene out there is
yeah, well, like the circle there, everyone was very familiar with him, but I was astounded by the support he had whenever he literally didn't have a single song on any streaming platform. And there was so much anticipation around his album release, and it's like, he doesn't even, you have to fucking deep dive on YouTube to find a live performance.
Yeah.
Like it's, yeah. Social media and how that's allowed artists to kind of, it's acted as a catalyst for their career
Yes.
trajectories.
Yes.
And it's wild. Definitely
I
wild.
can't even imagine. Like, I sit here, and that's what I've been thinking about, is I cannot imagine what I would do if I was put in the same situation. And that's why I'm like, I genuinely don't know how these people do it mentally.
No. No.
And why it's one of the few that's admitted that he struggled mentally. You know how many people there probably is that fucking are in the trenches that will never fucking admit it because of the performance they're expected to put on? Like, fuck.
Yeah. Nope, you're completely right. And I think the fact that Wyatt is so vulnerable about that part, I think that makes people. Hi, Tracy. I think that makes people relate to his music all that
We
much.
already said that, baby.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I want to make sure you didn't.
Cute.
Sorry for interrupting.
You're fine. Poor little
Wearing
Tracy.
them damn shorts.
My Adam Sandler shorts.
Get away.
Well, Kenny, I have to tell you, sis, and I say this hesitantly, but I did not. I like Welcome to the Plains. I like it very much, especially listening to it again in full. I was like, okay, I fear I was a little harsh with my judgment, first of all, but I think part of it, and you might feel differently.
Get 100 subs on subscriptions on the podcast.
Woo!
Sorry,
Hell
Gagey.
yeah.
We already said that.
I know, but Gagey Baby just texted me and said, I need you to bust into the recording like the Kool-Aid Man and announce that we hit 100 subs.
This is my episode. Get.
But I feel like maybe, I don't know. Really, I'm not totally sure. But I think Welcome to the Plains is more in touch with the Red Dirt sound than Half-Life or Life Lessons.
Yeah.
And I like Red Dirt. It's not my go-to, which you know. But I think maybe that's why this album, and really a few songs on it did click for me initially. Some of them didn't, some did. But I think the sound aspect of it is probably why. But I'm not totally sure,
Well, it
honestly.
makes sense, because this is the album that got me into Red Dirt.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to hear, I know this album means a lot to you. And so I want to open the floor and let you expound on that because I'm very curious to hear.
I feel like this album shaped the way I listen to music today.
Wow.
I was listening to So I'd say this was 2024 because I was waiting for this album to drop. So I'd been listening to him for a little bit, and I'm excited for the album to drop, but I'm not like super like deep into country yet. I'm still like kind of halfway, toe in the water. You know, I was going to a lot of country shows, but I was still more mainstreamish. I mean, I listen to Nikki Lane because I love Nikki Lane and Caitlin Butts, but you know, I was going to see Chris Stapleton and Zach Bryan and some of the bigger players. But when I heard this album and I heard the sound, I was like, "Holy shit! What is this?" And so for a while, I was like, "Is this just like outlaw country? Like, what is this?" Well, then I end up on the Western Grunge side of Twitter.
Love.
So the first account that I followed in our like little community of Twitter was Tracer. And so I started to learn a lot from all the guys over there, and I learned about all the greats and slowly fell in love with the scene because this album really solidified that for me. I was searching for what this sound was, and I found it. And I do remember the first time I ever spoke to any of you. It was on the Twitter space for the Grungies.
Yes. Yes.
I was there. I didn't know any of you, but I thought you guys were cool, so I was listening in.
Cute. So this album really is like very, very meaningful.
But yeah, it's what got me into the scene, and you know, the whole like falling sideways bit that really got me deep in the scene, and then discovering, you know, everybody that came before, discovering the Great Divide from Wyatt when I saw him play, discovering Lance Rourke, discovering Ragweed, discovering all these different guys. And you know what? A lot of the guys out here, they grew up hearing that stuff. I did not. The region I'm in, I did not hear that. So being able to find something that felt like home to my little grunge country soul, it was beautiful. It was wonderful. And that's why the album, I think, really has a special place in my heart, and it always will, because it's the album that really brought me to where I am today. And I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh no, mine's Soul Gravy by Ragweed," and I'm like, I wish mine was, but I was unaware of that of that's existence.
Right.
And Welcome to the Plains introduced me to so many fucking people that I absolutely love and don't know where I would be without. If I wouldn't have listened to Welcome to the Plains, I never would have been living in Kansas. I never would have met Tracer. I never would have met my friends. I never would have had the opportunities that I have to work with all these different artists and people and see all these different shows and experience life the way I want to experience life. So it's like this album is the reason why I am where I am, which is kind of crazy. I know. Well, I told you I've talked about this before, but I don't think I would be where I am without this album. I don't think I would have never found the alt country scene.
Right.
Because I discovered it from this album, me posting about this album and getting onto people's algorithms on social media is what introduced me to everyone that, you know, I consider my great friends and my wonderful boyfriend who I live with. Who I'm
It is so wild.
trying to buy a home with, and it's just like, I would have never imagined that listening to one album could have that much of an effect on a person. And then people ask me all the time, they're like, "Oh, your obsession with Wyatt Flores is crazy." It's like,
Well, actually, it's much deeper than that, so.
you don't get it.
Yeah.
And I will say, his songs have helped me through some real shit.
Yeah.
Orange Bottles specifically has really, really fucking helped. But this album fucking changed my life, and that's why I love it.
Well, I really love that. And I think that, you know, I really feel, I don't know, maybe this sounds harsh, but I almost pity people who like music doesn't affect them in that way,
yeah.
because I think that it is, people who are in the scene and involved like we are, they get it, but generally, I don't think people, I think that's kind of undervalued. I feel like people
Yeah.
underestimate what music can do for you and the
Yeah.
community that comes along with it. So,
Music is the reason I will credit music with the reason I'm alive to this day. And that being from listening to Lana Del Rey growing up, listening to Nirvana, listening to Radiohead, all these people that feel the way I feel and feeling like, okay, well, maybe I'm not so alone in the way I feel. Fuck. Like,
yeah.
I don't know where I would be without that. That is more than any fucking therapist could have ever given to me. The realization that, you know what, I'm not fucking crazy. If other people are feeling the way that I'm feeling at fucking 12 years old, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And I've talked to a few artists about this before, but I know it has to be so much more gratifying to put art out into the world that is going to touch people in that way rather than having 10 writers on a song that doesn't mean shit to you, you know? And like I said, I pity people who don't get to experience that because it's almost like words can't even articulate, you
No.
know?
It's a crazy experience, and I never really grew up in like very musically inclined. I grew up writing poetry, and that's what I've done my whole life is write poems. And of course, I lived in Nashville. Those poems became songs. But I discovered, how some artists really translate the art of poetry and storytelling into their songs. And that's why I grew so infatuated with these alternative subgenres of music because you can see it in like alt rock, you can see it in alt pop,
Yeah.
like Lana Del Rey, Clairo, all those girlies. You can see it in grunge, you can see it in red dirt, you can see it in Appalachian, folk, Americana, all of these different things. It's like the ability to storytell is what really sticks with me and stays with me because I think that is one of the most essential parts of being an artist. It's being able to share your lived experiences with other people who can relate to your lived experiences.
That's very true. And if there's anything that I've realized as I've gotten older, I've been through a lot of my life where I felt very alone in my feelings, but the reality is there is very seldom an original experience.
Oh, I learned that on TikTok because I was talking about how I had a manic episode and the only song I would listen to is Frank Sinatra fucking what's that fucking song?
That's life. Was that it?
That's live. And everybody in the comments was like, this was my song too.
That's so funny. Yeah. No, it is incredibly special and I feel so grateful that we exist at the same time as these artists because I'm
Oh my
certainly
god,
not
yes.
creative or talented enough to put my feelings into words the way they are. So it couldn't be. I think it's one of the most special things life has to offer for sure.
Yeah. And especially being here at the time where people are allowed to feel what they feel instead of being ashamed of what they feel and hiding what they feel. Oh my god, I feel so blessed. I feel like if I was born a few years earlier, I would have been in a fucking loony bin.
They would have been giving me 4 Quaaludes a day, actually. So-
Oh, don't tempt me with a good time. No, I would have. They would have ice picked my ass. Like they would have scrambled my brain so fucking quick.
That's funny.
So thank God that I'm at a time where me being able to feel and express emotions, it's still considered, radical to some. But there's some motherfuckers out there. There's some real motherfuckers out there that get it. And when you find them, God, there's not a better feeling than finding your fucking community, especially as an adult.
Yes.
Especially if you struggled with that through like middle school and high school, feeling like
Yes.
you never fit in, never found your people, never really had friends, and then you hit adulthood and you're like, how the fuck do adults make friends? And then you find your people. Oh my god, there's not a fucking better feeling. I feel like I was so lost until I found people that understood me.
No, I 100% agree. And I think that we probably had a similar experience because in middle school and high school, I hung out with, and this is no shade, I'm sure none of these people are fucking listening to this, but no shade to them at all, but I never felt my academic team friends were the only exception, which is kind of funny, but I never felt like I could be my true self. I felt like
Yes.
I always had to kind of conform to what they thought was cool or the way things should be. And it's absolutely insane that in adulthood, on the fucking Elon Musk's internet of all places, I've I've found people where I'm like, hey, I feel valued and heard in a way I've never really felt before.
I mean,
And
yeah.
music has everything to do with that.
And
So,
it's crazy because, in high school, in middle school I was fucking nuts. Okay, I was unmedicated. With a brain, I had a brain infection that went untreated, so I had some mental issues. And in middle school was not treated. High school runs around, and it's 2020. Bitch, I'm eyeliner out to fucking here. I'm emo, whatever. And then people were mean. I joined the softball team at my school, and it's hard to explain what it feels like when you feel like you're just the joke of everyone else around you. And they're nice to you to your face, passive aggressively, but they're laughing at you. So,
yeah.
I conformed, and I got this shitty ass boyfriend who made me dye my hair blonde and do whatever he wanted me to do, and I tried to be a normal girl until that fell apart because I one thing about me, I can try my darndest to look a certain way and act a certain way out in public. The second you get my ass in private, bitch, I'm going nuts. Obviously, a narcissist can't handle me because they're like, why can't you always act the way I want you to? Whatever.
Right.
And for a long time, I struggled to figure out who the fuck I was because of the whole fact that it was like I haven't been able to be myself in so fucking long because people are telling me what I'm supposed to do, what I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to go to college, I'm supposed to get married, I'm supposed to have kids, yada yada. And I'm like, I really don't know what I want to do. Um, so I dropped out, started working at Hooters.
Love.
Um,
Love.
the best time of my fucking life. Might I say the best time of my fucking life? I made so much money. And then found a bunch of crazy motherfuckers just like me on the internet, and holy shit. I genuinely never thought I would have a friend group.
Yeah. I,
I all of my friends that I've had since, middle school have been online. So I have online friends that I've had for like 8 years.
it is so wild, truly.
I've only really had like one good friend, and that's my friend Abby. Um, Other than that, fuck, making friends is hard. But like for some reason, as an adult, like you know what, they hate you when you're young for being weird, but when you're an adult and you're weird, people think you're like quirky and different and fun. I'm like, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think we've definitely seen like a destigmatization of a lot of things too, which
Yeah, it's
is
wonderful.
wonderful. So, no, I completely agree. I'm very grateful for everyone and exactly where I am. So,
Right. It's just crazy to think about like all the things that lead up to like
sorry,
when I die.
sorry, I keep hitting play on
Sorry,
these.
I can clock a song from a mile away. Like, I just did a TikTok with Tracer where I tried to guess the Wyatt Flores songs, and I was getting them bitches so quick, it was embarrassing. Like, I had to delete some of them because I was like, this is fucking embarrassing.
Oh, that's fine. Also, this is a side note, and this goes to you, Kenny, and to everyone else on TikTok. But like, obviously, I know you don't care, and I don't care. But like, there's some people where I won't see their stuff on my For You page until like 2 weeks after they've posted it, and I'm like, please don't think I'm a weirdo for liking this
Me
TikTok.
too. No, and I still like that bitch. I still repost that bitch too.
That's funny.
I never
Well,
feel, again, I don't really feel shame. And this is a whole nother conversation. Me and my friend Abby, she's very much like reserved. She is, she likes to protect her image. She's a sweetheart. I love her to death. and she's so the opposite of me. But when we would go in public, we'd go to the store and shit, and I'd be dancing in the store and skipping and jumping, and she'd be like, "Stop! Stop!" And I'd be like, "Don't be ashamed, like, don't." And she's like, "I don't know how you can do this. How do you just go through life like this?" And I'm like, I don't know, but I really just, I never think about, and I used to, but I never really think about what other people think about me anymore.
No, I think that's truly the best way to live. I'm not even just saying this. I very genuinely wish I was more like that because no, I definitely have had to work on like unfiltering myself and not worrying about the lens that other people see me through so much. So no, that was very genuinely when I first met you. I was like, wow, I really wish I could be more like that because I'm sure it's very liberating and probably more fulfilling than trying to be someone you're not, you know?
It is, but it also leads to people having a fucking problem with you.
Well, what the fuck ever.
It leads to some jealousy.
Yeah.
And you know what? I fucking get it, because if I was me when I was 16 years old, I would have fucking hated me. But, man, I'm just trying to have fucking fun.
Yep.
We all need a little whimsy in our life.
We do. You're right. And speaking of having fun, I love Welcome to the Plains, the
Oh,
title
yeah.
track being the opener.
It's such a great opener.
And I really I feel similarly about this as I do Eatin' Big Time on Snipe Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like when there is an opening track to an album that is like in your face and it really grabs you and it's like upbeat, to me it like sets the tone for the entire album.
And, you're a higher education student, so I'm sure you've written your fair share of essays. It's the hook.
Yes,
And
exactly.
it's what people forget.
Mm-hmm.
It's the things that people don't remember, the psychological things that come to mind with me.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, my big psychology brain, because huge Sigmund Freud fan, hey. But my psychological brain's always like, what can I get that's going to engage my audience and want me to listen to this further?
Mm-hmm.
Put the most fucking upbeat track first.
Mm-hmm.
Eating Big Time scratched my brain so well
Yep.
that I probably listened to that song so many times in a row.
Me too. When I first put that album on, I was like replaying it over and over and
And
over.
you don't even catch the lyrics until you think about it either. So it makes it so much more fun. It's like a treasure hunt.
Yes. Nope, exactly. And I also will say, I want to let you go into these songs more than me. But Oh, Susanna, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was released as a single
It was.
before this album was put out.
Oh, Susanna and Don't Want to Say Goodnight.
Yes.
Don't ask me why.
But I heard this and I thought about how Wyatt has struggled in the past with, garnering some of this fame and, dealing with that and the hiatus that he took. And I feel like I've said this about every song I've talked about, but it's the truth. I am unfortunately a people pleaser to my
Me too,
core.
girl.
And I really do feel the sense of like, let me save others before I save myself.
Yes.
And let me
Yes.
always, I mean, it's very much to my own detriment, but when I heard this was another one where I'm like, wow, yeah, that really hits the nail on the head.
And I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe this was the first single he released post-hiatus.
Really?
I think so.
That would make a lot of sense.
And it just feels like very accurate to what was going on at the time. And I love the way he interplays Please Don't Go with this song. And I made a post about this on Twitter the other day. My favorite bit of all time is him playing the intro and people thinking it's Please Don't Go. All the casuals whip out their phones and start recording, and I'm like, ah. It's like, no, bitch.
Sorry.
But it shows what he's learned from Please Don't Go. And how Please Don't Go's, kind of affected him and his songwriting and, the whole aspect of like, all of this shit, like I'm spilling all this shit, but like, I can't save everyone, like I am a human being at the end of the day, and I honestly think it is one of the bravest responses you can have.
Yeah.
To admit that you're fucking human.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to, especially in celebrity culture. People are so adamant of the fact that, oh, I never feel anything, I'm perfect. And every time someone does feel something, they make them think they're fucking crazy, like Britney Spears.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But
Yep.
that's why I like artists that are more in touch with their human nature, because it's like, I don't want to listen to someone who's so manufactured
Yeah.
that they never express something that could be controversial, that they never express something that's true to themselves. I don't want to listen to your manufactured pop bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like they're two-dimensional. It's kind of how I...
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what really bugs me, because it's like, and that's what put me off of country music, because it feels so generic. It's like, okay, I get it, we love boobs, trucks, and beer, but like, y'all never like wanted to kill yourself or nothing? Like,
Put that on my headstone, actually. That's the realest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I love boobs, trucks, and beer too, but like,
Same.
a cowboy cries sometimes, let me tell ya.
Okay, that's what we need to name this episode, A Cowboy Cry Sometimes.
That's how I would describe Wyatt Flores' discography, actually. Cowboy cries sometimes.
Gage needs to like put a little insert at the beginning of this. A cowboy cries sometimes.
And it's true, a cowboy does cry sometimes.
Oh, that's funny.
God, and I love crying, and every time I say I love crying, people think I'm a weirdo, but I love crying.
No, I'm with you. It's cathartic, truly.
It feels like I'm crying right now for some reason. I don't...
I'll cry. Like, actually.
I'm getting emotional talking about Wyatt Flores. Who was surprised?
No, I love it. I truly do.
But honestly, it feels so good to have an artist that you relate to so much.
Yes.
That you feel that attachment with. Like, Lana Del Rey was probably my first one.
Yes.
And
Yep.
all the emos back in middle school was Panic at the Disco.
That was me, unfortunately. So...
We would have been friends.
I know for a fact.
I was more on like the Melanie Martinez, Lana Del Rey, Marina, the Diamonds side, but
Yep. No, I getcha. What are your other
let me
standouts for this album? Let's hear it.
Only Thing Missing Is You.
Love.
Me and Tracer were long distance, so
Yep.
I burned him a CD.
I love.
This is so embarrassing. I burned him a CD and this song was on it. Cause it's like,
Sweet.
the only thing's missing is you. It's you when I wake up and I'm all alone. I'm like, I was on the fucking airplane back to Nashville, like, the grown man next to me is probably like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Like, leave me alone. I'm wearing my Western Grunge hat Tracer gave me before I left the airport. Like, you don't fucking get it. I just left my husband in Tulsa. They say you left your heart in Tulsa. No, I left my husband in Tulsa, bitch. Don't want to say goodnight. Banger.
Yeah.
Banger.
That's another one of my favorites.
He does end his shows with "Don't Want to Say Goodnight" a lot, which I think is fire. I think that's a great outro song.
Yeah, I agree. I completely
And that's one of his songs that I'm like, oh, I fuck with this so heavy. I love the sound on that song. I love when Wyatt Flores gets more upbeat and rocky. I really do. And I love the sad shit, but God, when he gets fucking going on the... Tracer's out there fucking yelling about something. When he gets fucking going on the rocky shit, oh...
Yeah.
Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. And this song is... I mean, and I think about the band when I think about this song.
Yep.
Holy shit. This is a well put together song. A well played song.
Yep. Yeah, I have to say about his band, I don't know. I know her first name's Kenzie.
Kenzie? Yeah.
And I can't recall her last name, but his fiddle player. Does she still play with him?
Yeah. I can't remember her last name either, but I know her first name's Kenzie.
Well, she is maybe like very, and I grew up a bluegrass girly and still listen to a lot of bluegrass. I've been around a fiddle player or two, and I think she is, I think she's one of the best fiddle players I've ever seen live. Truly.
Now,
I think she's phenomenal.
not that I've seen him live, but from my hometown, Charlie Daniels! It's the only thing we're fucking known for. We have a park in my town named Charlie Daniels Park.
Wow.
There's a fucking monument of him beside the Dunkin' Donuts
That's funny.
and the Christmas store. So, shout out Charlie Daniels. That man can play a fucking fiddle. But his band's so good. His drummer, Jake, incredible.
Yeah. And their chemistry is so good too.
I
Like that's
know.
really what has stuck out to me every time I've seen Wyatt is you can really tell how much fun they're having.
And you can tell he likes the people that he plays with.
Exactly. Like they're interactive with each other and it's like genuine, you know, you can tell when people get up there and they're treating it like a job, but
Right.
their performances have always struck me as being very sincere. And
Libby, will you talk for a minute so I can go pee?
I sure can.
Don't look at my butt.
Yeah, so I guess I will take a moment since we've had some interruptions about the 100 subscribers on our YouTube. I would like to say thank you to everyone because, you know, the YouTube, we kind of started out posting on there and we've been trying to get back into that and kind of reroute a few things. So, super grateful for that. Thank you all. And I've had a ton of fun this episode, and I definitely hope you guys are having fun as well. You know, Wyatt Flores, he's definitely very mental health heavy, and is very vulnerable and open with speaking about that. So I guess I would like to take a second while Kenny's away to also say never hesitate to reach out to anyone. If there's anything that I think Kenny and I have learned from sitting here and discussing this is we can often feel alone in these feelings, and there's no need to. So I took a second to say, Kenny, that you know, there's a lot of mental health surrounding Wyatt Flores, and we've talked about that. And no one should ever feel alone or hesitate to reach out when it comes to that.
I promise you, if you're feeling like something, I feel like nobody else feels it. I felt it. Bitch, I guarantee it.
Oh, that's funny.
Listen, I've gone through some bullshit.
Well, Ken, I want to ask you this before we start to wrap up everything. Where do you hope to see Wyatt's career going, and where do you think it's going to go?
Oh gosh, where do I hope? It's a hard battle between, oh, I want to gatekeep this motherfucker so I can keep going to these small shows. And
Yeah.
but he deserves to be bigger.
Hmm.
I hope to hear more of his rock influence, more of like the ragweed type of Red Dirt, follow in the footsteps of the, you know, his inspirations.
Hmm.
And especially with him mentioning that he's going to get into more grunge and pop punk, I do feel like he possibly will go more in that direction, and that's really exciting for me because
Yeah.
that's what I love about Red Dirt.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, it's so interesting, and I've talked about this on episodes before, but there is definitely, if not a pipeline, there's at least a consistent influence when it comes to alternative grunge, even sometimes like metal and things like that. There's very often a pipeline between that genre and alt country or like
Oh
independent.
yeah, 100%, 100%. That's how I fell down the pipeline. I mean, I didn't listen to fucking country. I listened to Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Radiohead, Soundgarden, System of a Down. Like, I was Foo Fighters. I was not listening to, you know, the Alan Jacksons and all of
Right.
these guys that everybody loves. But then discovering Red Dirt's like, oh, it's a blend of like what feels like home and what I was raised on.
And I would honestly say, I bet that the connection that you have to Red Dirt and what it makes you feel, I would assume that with your move, I mean, moving across the country, that's like a huge thing.
Yeah.
And so I would imagine that your connection to this music has probably aided you a lot in that.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like home out here.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. The first time I went to Oklahoma, I was like, I had the feeling. And I was like, fuck. Everything I know is fucking 500 miles away. Fuck. But,
Well, do you have any last minute shout outs or anything you want to add?
well, there's a few more things I want to add about Welcome to the Plains, because I
Oh.
didn't get very far.
Okay, go for it.
Habits, I'll go quick. Habits, quick shout. Love the interpolation from Losing Sleep. Think it's a great follow-up to that. Right Here With You. Heartwarmer. The Truth. Underrated. Love it. Forget Your Voice. Probably one of my favorites off this album, because you can hear the Hispanic influence on this one.
Yes.
And Wyatt is Hispanic. And you can hear the influence on this song. And oh my god. I think
Yes.
it's so good. I
I
love
thought
it.
about that too, re-listening.
And listening to this style of music, which is more Southwestern, you can. I love that, because it really helps me to kind of see how all these different cultures blend together to make so many great things and so many great pieces of art. And it's just, fuck, you don't get that anywhere else.
No.
You
No.
really don't get that anywhere else.
No.
Angels Over You makes me fucking cry. Little Town reminds me of fucking Coffeeville.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite songs of this album, Little Town.
Stillwater, one of my favorites. Love the way it sounds. Love it. I mean, it's a fucking brain scratcher. Falling Sideways, what do I even need to say? The Good Ones, a great one to end the album out on. But fucking Falling Sideways, motherfucker. If he doesn't play that fucking song live, he's played it once at an acoustic fucking show in, like, South Carolina, but play that song live.
Wyatt, if you're listening, please.
I don't know. Like, fuck, what do I have to fucking do? Do I need to buy a fucking private set? Because I will fucking crowdfund that.
I would donate. I would support your cause.
Make Wyatt Flores play Falling Sideways petition. I'm getting on change.org right after this ends.
That's so funny.
Play Falling Sideways, that's all I want.
No, I love, and I think I really love hearing you talk about this album, because I think about, the albums that have touched me in such personal ways, and I mean, like I said, I really don't think there's anything more special than that, and so hearing you talk about this, it just warms my heart more than you could understand.
And it's awesome to see how different things affect different people, too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, Tracer really loves Ringling Road. And I had not gotten into William Clark Green, like, at all.
Nope.
And he took me to Canes, and I was there, and seeing how happy he was, and how into it he was, oh, it made my heart so happy.
Speaking of William Clark Green, Watterson Hall releases in just a few hours, so...
Wait, it releases tonight?
Well, I think so. Let me check my fucking new... Yeah, I believe at midnight.
Gotta stop pre-saving so much shit, because I lose everything in this bitch.
Well, I only knew that because I was working on the fucking New Music
I was about to
Friday earlier.
I'm glad you caught American Slang
Yes.
on my list, even though their single wasn't even able to come out last week.
Well, it was funny. I was working on it, and I was like, I swear I had this on my list for last week, and then I went and looked on their Spotify, and I was like, well, it's not out, so I guess I'm just fucking crazy. I don't know.
So it was supposed to be released last week, but then, like, a Russian website or something took it down for, like, a, trademark clip that they weren't allowed to use or something, and they were like, what the fuck? But it's getting released tonight, so
That's
really excited for that. I love American Slang.
Too.
Gypsy Life? Ooh.
I'm a new listener, and I really, really dig them too, so.
They're great. I'm really into, speaking on random things now that we're kind of towards the end, been really into Diamonds in the Rough.
I'm not familiar.
Diamonds in the Rough is by the Filthy Heathens, I believe. And oh my god. So I heard this song before it blew up, and it's been doing pretty good on TikTok now. And I sent it to Tracer as soon as I heard it. I'm like, you have to fucking listen to this right now. And he hadn't heard it, so we both heard it, and we're like, what the fuck? This is so fucking good. And now their numbers are going crazy on fucking Spotify, and I'm like, why do I find things right before they blow up?
Yeah, I've definitely seen more people talking about them than ever before, that's for sure.
Which is exciting, because I love discovering new music, it's fun. And speaking of just things that are happening in my life, we are going to Kane's Ballroom.
Exciting.
We're going to see the Band of Heathens.
Oh, fun. That'll be a badass show.
Lance
That'll be
Rourke.
super fun.
Me and Hannah Rourke have become pretty good friends.
Cute. I think I saw her comment on one of your TikToks. I can't remember the
We're gonna have a kiki.
Love.
We're gonna have a good time. It's exciting.
She's
so
the cutest girl in the world, so.
That'll be our next show. I'm really excited about that. What's your next show?
Let me look at my notes app, because I honestly don't remember. Don't laugh at me. Wheatus is going to be at Southgate House, which is a venue that's like half a mile from my apartment.
Hold
so
on.
I'm excited to see Wheatus.
Wheatus. I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby.
When I saw they were going there, I was like, well, I have to go.
I almost saw Hinder, so I get it.
And then Patterson Hood and John Moreland have a show together in Cincinnati in just a few weeks, and I'm very excited.
I miss being in that region because we don't get the same artist out here.
Yep. And that's something, speaking of Wyatt Flores in this episode, I feel incredibly lucky to have seen him as many times as I have.
He does a great job at touring.
Yes, he does. And so there's a lot of artists, especially out of that area, that I don't get to see just because of, being in Kentucky.
Well, have you seen Silverado?
No.
Dude.
No. I would love to.
Listen, Mike is one of the girlies.
I thought he was so funny.
I talked to him backstage at Kane's about Lana Del Rey for like 5 minutes. Well, he had a whole line of people waiting for him.
Oh, that's funny. No, I will tell you, I was a bit hesitant to accept Silverado when I had known them as Mike and the Moon Pies for so long.
I know.
I've come around. I've come around. So,
and being from Tennessee, home of the Moon Pies, hello.
Yeah, I just think that name is just so iconic.
And it is. And you know what? Fuck it. Somebody make something about Goo Goo Clusters next. Because if you're Appalachian, bitch, you know Goo Goo Clusters. They're right there next to Moon Pies and PBRs.
Funny.
But I really loved Silverado, and seeing them was great. But I've noticed they really don't tour much outside of Oklahoma and Texas.
And I'm trying to think.
Wait, aren't they playing the Bell?
I was literally just about to say, I feel like they're going to be somewhere.
They're playing the Bell. Yes.
Are they really?
Yes.
Well, I'm just going to have to make a trip back home.
Me and Tracer wanted to go, but I'm like, we can't fucking go all the way out there. And we'll be there.
Right.
Fucking June.
Oh, bitch, I'm so excited. I can't stand it. I genuinely can't stand it.
It's gonna be a time. It's gonna be time. We're like, anyone who can't find a camping site, I'm like, bitch, I'm just gonna get a 10-person tent for my for my lot. You can fucking get your motherfucker in there with me.
And it's good for Tracer because you did it last year, so now you have because I know camping, especially on a mountain like that.
Alone? As a woman?
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world, so I'm, grateful that you guys are, it'll probably be easier than it was last year.
I did know people around me. I was right next to Johnny.
Right, which, yeah, I'm sure that helped.
So that was fun. But yeah, it's definitely scary, especially since I can't drive. So we had to wait on that fuck ass shuttle. No offense, Laurel Cove. Love you. That fuck ass shuttle that never fucking showed up on time.
Yeah. No, well, speaking of Laurel Cove, Kenny published a really wonderful article about Laurel Cove on our blog, which is wgdtunplug.com. And it's really great, and I think it captures the essence of Laurel Cove and why it's so important for so many people. So
And you know, I love to yap.
everyone go check that out because it's a great read, truly.
One thing about me, I will be talking. Okay, before we wrap up, I want to do what have been your on repeats top 5 for the past week or so.
Let's look. Let's just look at what Spotify says.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, Lots of Beginnings, which is a new release from Nathan Evans Fox. He is actually, funny enough, out of Nashville, but I think he's from East Tennessee, but he lives in Nashville. And to me, he is like the true embodiment of what alt country means as far as being, in opposition to these, authority oriented things. I think he's very, very rooted in counterculture, and I respect the hell out of him. I love all of his social initiatives, and I think he's fantastic. He's got an album coming out here, I want to say in May. So Lots of Beginnings came out last week, has been on repeat for me.
My number one has probably been, and this was also on the list for last week, but Down on My Knees, Dano Simpson, I can't stop fucking playing it. And ever since that album came out, I've fucking been obsessed with it. And he mentions red-haired women in that song, so I feel very validated.
Yes, that's another artist who I'm just so
God, I'm so
proud
excited
of.
to see where he fucking goes in the next few years.
Yes, I agree completely. Completely. Yep, I've been listening to there's a guy named Keegan Hatton, and he is from Clay County, which is the county over from where I'm from. And he's very young, he's still in college. We went to the same college.
What
And
town's in there?
Manchester? Yeah,
Manchester, Kentucky?
Yep.
I know
Yeah,
where that is.
well, if you're familiar with Manchester Music Festival, it's there. Definitely the hills, but Keegan Hatton is really awesome, and he just put out an EP not long ago, and I've been loving him. He's very, very nice too, great kid. Been loving supporting him.
What college?
Eastern Kentucky University. Yeehaw.
Hey, you!
Yep. Yep. And funny
I was
enough,
thinking about going and playing softball there.
well, I had a great time there. Keegan is actually, and this is like how I knew him before his music stuff started to, I don't know, not really take off, but like before I knew his music stuff, I was a sweetheart of a fraternity at EKU. And Keegan's in that fraternity, so it's like, I feel very connected to him, so funny enough.
My college did not have any of that. The only thing
No.
we had was sexism and bullying.
Was it Campbellsville where you went?
County.
One of my best friends went there for a semester before she transferred to
It is
EKU.
the worst fucking place on earth.
She said it was terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah, she feels the same.
I got bullied out of that bitch, but fucking terrible. Taylor County, fuck you. Green River Lake, fuck you too.
Period.
Fuck the fucking time switch between there and Lindsay Wilson.
Lindsay Wilson. I haven't heard anyone mention Lindsay Wilson.
I almost went there too.
Funny.
I hit my first college home run on their field.
Love.
Yeah, but fuck that place. Number 2 has been Hippie Girl by the Wyatt Weaver Band.
I've seen that name and I have not listened. I know they've had some songs come out lately, but I have not
I
listened.
just started getting into them, and I really liked that song. And it's been on my playlist for a minute, but it's been in rotation lately.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Yep. A lot of Woody Guthrie on my on repeat, naturally. Sorry, everyone,
Your
naturally.
fashion's down, motherfucker.
So, yeah. That's about what I've got going on.
Teresa by Cigarettes at Sunset.
Are they releasing? They have like an album or EP coming out soon.
They're releasing something soon.
Yeah, I thought so. Love them. Saw them open for Dexter and the Moonrocks.
I saw them open for Dexter too.
They were sick.
That was one of my favorite shows last year, right next to Ricky Chilton, because that man could put on a fucking show. I felt like I was at Comedy Hour. Like, it was so fucking funny. Oh my god, I've never laughed harder. And I was also high, because Oklahoma weed's really good.
Love. Which you have to be at a Ricky Chilton show. I mean, let's...
Oh my god, that's the only way to enjoy.
Yeah, of course.
I remember looking at Tracer, and he's just sitting there like...
Oh, funny.
It's great. It truly is. Dollar Bill Bar, Sierra Farrell.
Love. I've also listened to that song lately, funny enough.
You wrote our names on the dollar bill, down at the dollar bill bar.
You mentioned Nikki Lane a few times. Ashton and I went to Red Rocks to see Sierra Farrell and Nikki Lane. And, like... Kenny, you would have died because it was like the perfect little girly time with my best friend and like Nikki and Sierra, them being little friends. It was like, it couldn't have been more special.
You don't know how bad I wanted to fucking go to that.
It was, I mean, just beyond words. Absolutely beyond words.
And the fact that they're in a friend group with Lana Del Rey makes the most sense of anything in the entire world. They actually have a song together, all three of them.
Really?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's not released. Go look up Prettiest Girl in Country Music.
I will do that immediately.
It's so fucking good. They played in a lot of Nashville bars together. Before Lana blew up, she was playing with Nikki Lane in Nashville bars. No. And then, post her blowing up, she's played with Nikki Lane and Sierra Farrell in the Nashville bar scene. Back in 2023, I believe.
Wow.
And I was at fucking college at that time. I really fucking screwed up so many things at that time. Nikki Lane, though, let me mention Nikki Lane, because how can I not?
Mm-hmm.
What is my favorite Nikki Lane song? God. And that's a hard pick. I've been to her vintage store, by the way, too, in Nashville.
Oh, wow.
Phenomenal. It's called High Class Hillbilly.
Cute.
And it's the best. I really like First High.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Or Highway Queen.
Yeah, I love Highway Queen.
Denim and Diamonds. I can do whatever I...
That's probably my favorite Nikki Lane song is Denim and Diamonds.
And seeing her and Caitlin Butts perform at the same venue with 50 other people. I saw Caitlin Butts open for Nikki Lane.
Oh, wow. No, that's crazy. I think there are so many underrated and undervalued female alt-country artists, Nikki Lane being one of them. Caitlin maybe not so much anymore because she's getting her well-deserved flowers, but...
Fuck, Nikki deserves so much more.
I agree. Completely.
I mean, and fuck, she hit her fucking weed pen in the middle of the crowd. Weed is illegal in Tennessee. Love that. Also saw her in Franklin. She opened up for Lana Del Rey. Franklin, Tennessee, at the amphitheater. Really nice amphitheater out there. She sang Creep.
Died.
And if you know what creep means to me, I was in shambles. Like, oh my god, I love when a country artist covers a not country song. It might be my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Well, we've been yapping. I reckon I'm gonna wrap this up, but Kenny, I love you so dearly, and I'm so glad that you're a co-host now because it makes everything a million times more fun for me. So this has been super fun, and thank you to everyone who listens. I know Wyatt's music has to resonate for a ton of other people besides us, so hopefully you could relate to some of the things we talked about. I think it's important things that need to be said, and that's all I've got. You got anything else?
Shout out Hot Pockets.
Period.
Shout out breakfast corn dogs. Green apple flavored vapes.
Yup.
And Wyatt Flores.
Yep. Shout out Wyatt for sure.
Take care of yourself, guys.
Yep. Take care of yourself.
Have
Share
a
the
breakfast corn dog.
Yeah, share this episode with anyone you think might be into it, and even if you think they won't be, share it anyway. We appreciate you guys so very much.
Love you!